All right. So here we go. NFL playoffs coming up. I just made my pick, and I don't know. Like, I feel like maybe I should have picked the Vikings. I can't. I'll lock into something by the end of the show. I promise. But right now, I'm sticking with Saints Colts still. It is that almost makes it definite that it will no doubt be Vikings Jets in the Super Bowl. No doubt. All right. Mike says, hold on, no one's talking about this matchup. Hit me, Mike. What do you got? What do you got? The Revis and Reggie Wayne matchup? I'm not that worried about Revis and Reggie Wayne, if that's what you're getting ready to say. I mean, listen, I know Revis is probably the best corner in the league this season, has been this year. You know, last year it was Asamoah from Oakland. This year it's Revis. He's shutting guys out. He's shutting out number one receivers every week. Oh, okay. Mike says in the NFC Championship, Darren Sharper versus old team. Went to New Orleans and was called Pops, and he's still one of the best in Minnesota. Let him go. Darren Sharper is definitely one of the best. That guy's making plays all over. TT says Revis gets called for the interference. Yeah, he does, and he is a marked man now. You're right. You know, they're watching him closer. You know how the league is. You can't touch wide receivers. You just can't. I mean, but it's kind of funny though that this guy had 4 penalties all season, and then gets 3 in his last game. I mean, what? Okay, really? You maybe lay off a little bit. Maybe let him play a little bit. But he's still, man. Revis is still quality, no doubt. So that matchup, I really think that Reggie Wayne's going to have a tough time. Maybe not be that productive, but you look at the rest of the guys the Colts have. They have Dallas Clark, best tight end in the league this year, Dallas Clark, who will no doubt catch a ton of balls. And then even the other guys, Pierre Garçons and who's the other guy? Elwood. I know him. I know him. I just can't think of his name right now. I'm so disappointed in myself. Austin Collie, there he is. Austin Collie, yeah, those guys are perfectly capable. They're perfectly capable. Take Reggie Wayne out of the game and, see if Peyton Manning doesn't hit those guys up with 8 or 9 catches apiece, no doubt. Okay. Mike wants to know real fast, and you guys think about it and answer me before the show's over. Mike wants to know if there's any questions anybody has for Dog Pound Mike tomorrow. Ask him now, and he'll ask him tomorrow night. Let's call it, Mike. Like I said, the only thing I want to know is about what happened in November when he tried to organize the protest, and I want to know what happened in his meeting with the owner. He had a meeting with the owner of the Cleveland Browns. I want to know what happened in that office. So ask him that. Okay, Mike says he's on tomorrow night at 8:45, not 8:30. That's Central Time. So right here, ericpedigo.com. Don't miss that. That should be good stuff. Okay. So just kind of moving on with some NFL stuff. The Pro Bowl. Mike and I talked about this on the phone the other day. I think he talked about it on the show Monday. The Pro Bowl is taking place, obviously not this weekend, but next, in the week between the conference championship games and the Super Bowl. TT says, can you play the dude from Buffalo clip? I was like that one. I was just reading right. That's the one. I can try to find that, dude. That clip is hilarious. I was like, I mean, listen, stuttering to me is not funny. It's not like a funny thing, but the mix that someone put together for that was great, I thought. I mean, absolutely great. Just creativity at its best. Let me try to find that real fast. I'll tell you what, man. I'll try to find it when I do a commercial here in a little bit. Yeah, I'll try to do that, because I get distracted. If I get clicking around and reading too much while I'm trying to talk, then the show is even worse. All right. Yeah, Pro Bowl's coming up. Sunday, January 31st on ESPN. And is anybody going to watch this? I mean, is anybody going to watch? Listen, nobody's ever watched the Pro Bowl before. I mean, really, nobody's ever paid attention to this game. I mean, it happens in Hawaii. It happens after the Super Bowl. I mean, everyone's already out of football mode by then. Then all of a sudden it's a Pro Bowl, and it's a bunch of guys in Hawaii, typically a bunch of backups because all the first guys don't ever go. You know, the biggest names never go. So it's like the second, string of guys come through, and you get some pretty good players out there, but, not a lot of time to learn the offense, not a lot of time to, really gel and be it's not the same. It's not the same as, like, the NBA All-Star game. Right? I mean, NBA All-Star game, it's 5-on-5. Think about it. If you play basketball, I mean, you could just hop in a pickup game with 4 other dudes. You don't even have to know them, and you can play some basketball. Basic knowledge of the game, you can play basketball. Football is 11-on-11. But then besides that, there's a whole other team sitting on the sideline, another offense and another defense, a whole another 11 and another 11. They're going to be squaring off. So it's like 2 different games in one game, and each game has 22 players, and football is just too complex to throw a game together really fast. And so then when we get the Pro Bowl, it's kind of, it's kind of weak, kind of boring, kind of lame. Guys aren't hitting that hard. It just seems like everyone just wants to go see Hawaii. Nobody's that worried about putting on a show or playing that great. It just lacks the excitement that other All-Star games have. Even baseball. Baseball All-Star game to me is more exciting than the Pro Bowl. Never thought I'd be saying that, huh? I mean, it's so strange to me. The NFL is so successful and does so well in every aspect of their marketing and just everything, but for some reason, they can't make the Pro Bowl not brutal. I mean, they just can't. The Pro Bowl is absolutely horrible every year. No one watches, no one cares, and this is the NFL. This is supposed to be the best of the best from the best sport in the country, and why don't we watch? Yeah, it's boring. Guys don't try hard. Listen, this is what I've been saying about All-Star games for a few years, and I actually heard a guy on 1450 here in town. I think it might have been, it was John Levin, I think, actually said something that I had said like a year ago, and though I know he doesn't even know who I am, so I know he didn't steal it from me. But he said, well, I think you should, have a large payout. The winning team, every player on the team gets $1 million, and losing team gets a plane ticket home. Walks home empty-handed. Then you would see people playing football. Then you would see, people playing to win. You'd see hits and big plays, and I agree with that 100%. I know it would never happen. I mean, I know the Pro Bowl would never pay out like $40 million. Because I think that's what it would be. There's like 40 guys maybe that make it. I'm not sure, but way too much to be handing out $1 million apiece to the winners. But some sort of prize like that, something on the line like that, I think is what the Pro Bowl needs.